Hello and welcome back to another video. Before we begin, can we please take a moment for these earrings? How cool are they? They're little baubles and I got them in Claire's accessories. So Claire's are doing this deal where it's like buy 3 get 3 free on pretty much everything in store. I'm just going to show you my outfit real quick before we begin. So we have this t-shirt, or no, not t-shirt, jumper, and this skirt. Oh, excuse me. From Spice Vintage. You know I love Spice Vintage. I'll leave her Instagram link below. Anyways, I haven't done an MS video in so long and I feel like I have an update and I'd like to share it with you all. So yeah, like the last video I would have done was when I think it was when I was doing the research program thingy and I was in James's hospital and all. I think it was like a day in the life living with MS, and then like before that was when I was getting my Ocrevus infusion. It's been a hot minute, lads. Like I haven't, like that Ocrevus infusion was 6 months ago. 6 months ago. Cannot believe it, like that's gone by so fast. So my next infusion is actually on the 11th of January, which is just a little bit over the 6 month mark. So obviously I knew like it was going to be sometime around December time, but it's actually now the beginning of January. But it'll be interesting to see how I react this time round, but I will do a video when I'm getting that infusion and kind of see how it affects me this time around, because last time, I'll actually leave my video linked below of how it like how it impacted me and stuff and the symptoms I had. I actually think I made 2 videos on that, because obviously the first time I got it, it was split into 2 separate infusions, and now this time I'm going to be getting the full whack at once. And like it's in January, so this chair is doing my tits in. It's in January, so like there's nothing really going on in January anyway, so not a bad month to get it done. Anyway, so that's not the news I was making this video for. I was making this video because I did my scans. For me, I have to do my scans every 6 months. Depending on what treatment you're on for MS, sometimes they do your scans every year, especially if you've kind of gotten like the all clear, there's no changes or anything. But sometimes they'll still do it every 6 months. So because I have the JC virus, they're like, no, we want to continue to do your scans every 6 months, which I'm like, yeah, that's totally fair. I'm okay with that. Even though like there's not as much correlation with like the JC virus activating and Ocrevus like compared to the likes of Tysabri, but they're still like, no, you have it, so we're going to do the scans every 6 months. But so yeah, I'm grand at that. But obviously then I did my scans, my feet are cold. I did my scans just in November, so I think it actually might have been kind of near the beginning of November, but I had to then wait for my results. Now, luckily enough, I only had to wait 2 weeks to get my results, which is actually grand, because I know like sometimes I've waited 6 weeks or something like that, which is kind of shy. Now, it was brought forward because they weren't great results, but that's besides the point. Anyways, yeah, so I only had to wait 2 weeks, so that was unreal. But yeah, so I suppose I kind of wanted to make this video to let you know what the results were. And you can probably tell from the lack of tears that the results are good. Yay! So I have no new changes in any of my lesions are currently there, and I've no new lesions. So no new lesions on the brain, no new lesions on the spine. So it was such a relief to get that news. As you can tell, I'm very happy. And yeah, it was just like, it's like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, do you know, that sort of way, because of like I had my diagnosis, then I started on Tecfidera, then, you know, 6 months later the results showed like new activity, so then I had to wait to kind of get a new treatment plan in place and then actually start Ocrevus, and then, you know, you have to wait 6 months to get your scans and your results and all that. So it's just a whole, it's a journey. Let's just put it like that. It's a whole journey. And to be fair, like since like the beginning, it's been just not a great experience. And like that's not like unique to just me or anything like that. Like pretty much every single person, well not every single person, but a lot of people with MS are in, you know, have not so nice experiences at the beginning, and it's just a lot of the time it takes like a year and a half to 2 years to fully get settled on a treatment and find a treatment that works for you. And yeah, it's a long process. So I feel like I'm now at the end of that, not the end of the journey, because obviously MS is for life. It's not going anywhere. And like obviously I'm going to continue to have to do treatment for the rest of my life, but I feel like I'm beginning to kind of, I can't say like I'm at the end of like the setbacks, because MS is so fucking unpredictable. What I'm trying to say is I'm just glad that I got some good news. I think as well, like I feel like I can relax a bit. Like I'm not just constantly like, okay, now we have to find a new treatment, now we have to start that treatment, now I have to get these bloods done, now I have to do that and this and that and the other. And it was just constantly like, it was like a never-ending to-do list. So for now, I just feel really happy, and I feel like it's not that like I'm like, oh, I can get on with my life, because like again, it's with me for the rest of my life, but I feel like it's just nice not to get another setback, because it just fucks with your head, lads. But yeah, it's nice to just finally get some good news in a shitty situation. Like, you have MS, but at least it's not getting worse at the moment. And sure, look, even if, you know, the next results are bad, at least right now things are good, do you know, that sort of way, and you can really enjoy that moment when it happens. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to make this video because, one, I've always come on and talking. Oh Jesus, that wasn't good English. That was so bad. I've always come on and like spoke about all the kind of shit things that have happened, and like, to be honest, like it has been shit from the beginning. Like, there's no denying it, and we've all seen me crying. Let's be honest, lads. It's weird to come on and actually share good news. Like, I haven't done that yet with MS, so that feels really, really good. But I also like, I kind of just wanted to share it because like I know so many people have watched my like MS videos from the beginning, and I know a lot of people have subscribed to my channel just because of the MS videos, or a lot of people have MS or other kind of chronic illnesses and they've subscribed kind of for those reasons. And I just wanted to share that information. And yeah, I just feel like I haven't made an MS video in so long, even though I did that one back in whenever it was, maybe September, October maybe. It just feels like so long since I've actually just sat down and talked to the camera about it. So here we are, lads. But also, like, I don't want anyone like viewing this video and thinking, oh my god, this girl is so positive about having MS. Like, don't get me wrong, I am a positive person, but I don't want someone like looking at it and they're in a shit time in their life or a shit stage of their diagnosis, or have something like a different type of an illness, and they're just like, they feel shit because they see me being positive. Like, trust me, it hasn't been like this the whole time. Because like, I know a lot of like influencers or content creators, they can give off this like toxic positivity where they have the life that they show is just constantly positive, and like as a viewer, that can be, it can make you feel so shit, because you're just like, this person has a perfect life and why don't I have that life and all that. And I don't want someone else who has MS looking at me being like, oh my god, this girl has it like so easy, or I wish like my MS was like hers and all this jazz. Like, I don't want to give that image off to people, because it hasn't always been like that. And like, trust me when I say it's not always smiles. Like, I can tell you that much for free. But I suppose it's mainly like for people that, like, if you're a new viewer here or a new subscriber, I don't want you to feel shit by watching this being like, oh my god, this girl has like an easy MS, or like, you know, how is she so positive about such a shit disease or a shit situation. But I also know like a lot of yous have kind of just shown support and have just sent like such nice messages. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to share that, because I know a lot of yous will be happy, and yeah, it'll probably be nice to see as a viewer that, you know, something good has happened. It's good for a shit situation. But yeah, I think I'm at a situation now where I'm definitely coping with the disease like much better. And do you know what, that kind of happens when you get good news, or it's like, even like if someone is telling you bad news, like when I was in like the depths of a relapse, and like they were talking, like this was before I got my diagnosis, and they were talking about MS, and I was just like, I couldn't even fathom the thought of it. Like it was unbearable to think about, and I was like in an awful way. But then when you kind of go into remission, or you feel a lot better, you can deal with that information better. Do you know, that sort of way? And it's kind of similar now. Like I've gotten some good results. I know I don't have to start a new treatment anytime soon. And where am I going with this? I don't want to say like I can move on with my life. Sorry, that's a little bit out of focus. Because like I have still been living my life. Like I am still working. I am still like trying to live my life as best I can, like by going on like holidays and stuff like that, and still socialising when and where I can. There we go. But yeah, like I'm definitely at a stage where the disease isn't consuming my thoughts. You know, that sort of way, because it absolutely does that at the beginning. Like it was just never ending. Like it was like my thought like every fucking minute of the day. From like trying to, like from like searching the internet, trying to find the root cause of MS. Like, you're not going to find it, Jessie. Stop it. Just stop it. Like if scientists haven't found it yet, you're not going to find it by Dr. Google. Like, get a fucking grip. Yeah, like even like from that, and like even just thinking like how it's going to impact your future, and like how like a treatment is going to impact your life and all this jazz. Like it was just never ending. But I also think the fact that I've come off Tecfidera and gone on to Ocrevus has massively helped, because I'm not taking a treatment every single day, twice a day. So Ocrevus is every 6 months. So I definitely feel like I'm able to, I definitely don't forget about it. But yeah, I just feel like that has massively helped in terms of like not allowing MS to kind of consume my thoughts. It feels so long ago when I had my first relapse. Like when I think back on it, and I'm just like, it actually, you know, that sinking feeling you get. Because like, thinking back on it now, at that time I had no idea the journey that I was about to go on for the next like year and a half, nearly 2 years. Yeah, February will be 2 years since my first relapse. And I remember like when it happened, like I woke up and like my cheek was numb, and I was like, oh, I must have bit it in my sleep. Bit it in my sleep, but I had no pain the next day. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, Jessie. But yeah, like so oblivious to like what was about to happen. I didn't even, like MS never even crossed my mind. But yeah, it gives me that like pain in my chest nearly to think like I had no idea at that time the fucking hardship that I was gonna go through. But I'm hoping like making this video, even if someone does come across it and they are at the beginning of that journey, even though I know it is a long journey, I can't say for everyone it gets easier, because every person with MS has a completely different journey. Even though like symptoms can be similar, certain experiences are the same, but like in general every kind of MS is unique to an individual, because it affects people differently, and relapses are different, and you know, it just all depends like where your lesions are and stuff like that. Where your lesions are should correlate to the symptoms that you have, but that's not always the case. And I think that's like one of the many examples as to why MS is just so complex. But I'm hoping that like making this video, it kind of gives someone hope if they are at the beginning of that journey, and like that they kind of just feel like, oh, like this person has gone through X, Y, and Z, and now look at where they are with it on their journey, you know, that sort of way. But my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna have to end this video here. I will make a video once I have my next Ocrevus infusion, and it'll be exciting to see how different it is, or maybe it'll be similar to my first one. That's only a few weeks away, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I shall see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.